British Columbia is the third largest province in Canada, and its current state looks like this. The unrelenting downpour has triggered landslides and massive floods.
The government of BC is declaring a state of emergency.
Canada has deployed Air Force services to conduct rescue operations, and the country is now calling it a once-in-a-500-year flood event in British Columbia.
I can confirm that there are hundreds of Canadian Armed Forces members currently headed to British Columbia to help with everything from supplies to evacuation to whatever is needed. There are thousands more on standby. We will continue to work closely with the province, with Indigenous leaders, with community leaders to make sure that we are doing everything we can to support the people of British Columbia through this incredibly difficult time.
The devastation caused by the torrential rains have forced the closure of the country's busiest port in Vancouver. There are swallowed highways, washed away bridges, and cut off railroads.
Multiple highways remain closed throughout BC. We're working diligently to assess the damage and make sure that we can get those supply roads back in shape as quickly as possible. But the conditions are severe, and it's essential that we work on these corridors in a way that makes safety our highest priority.
Some of the worst hit places in British Columbia is Abbotsford, which is 75 kilometers southeast of Vancouver.
A major impact was in Abbotsford, Chilliwack, major flooding, especially part of the Sumas side. My cousins own a 20-acre farm, and they have a beautiful home. And when they phoned us, they were evacuating, and they said the water came to their window, which is 8-9 feet up. And so they moved into another family's home that they didn't know, and they stayed in their basement. So with a lot of community support, that's for sure.
The severe flooding has resulted in the death of several farm animals.
And some of their barns are flooded, and you can see the animals that are deceased, and it's heartbreaking.
The devastating floods have also caused shortage of food supplies in the area.
What you need, your neighbors need as well. We are confident that we can restore our supply chains in a quick and orderly manner, provided we all act as we have been acting over the past 2 years.
And grocery stores, certain products you couldn't get for the first 2 days, like beef or eggs and milk. There's limitations. They put a limitation on the gas, 30 liters per person. But the first day, a lot of panic buying. So Abbotsford and Chilliwack, so a lot of the grocery stores, emptied out.
And the livelihood of people has also been affected by this natural disaster.
And another thing is a lot of businesses are hurting. We're already hurting with COVID. Businesses are shutting down. Like in my business, we represent over 600 merchants. And in 2 years, we've lost over 200 merchants. And a lot of them, main reason is the business is down. A lot of people are jumping, they say they're retiring. But now with this flood, especially in Abbotsford and Chilliwack, there's going to be a lot more businesses affected. And that's going to affect the whole economy because of employment and whatnot.
As British Columbia moves forward on recovering from severe flooding that forced the evacuation of thousands last week, another series of storms is in the forecast, which could set progress back.
With more rain falling in southern BC, including for the hard-hit Fraser Valley, we have to stay vigilant. While the rain we're seeing today is not as heavy as forecast, we are expecting another rain event this Wednesday through Friday, and a series of further storms are expected in the coming weeks. That's why it's so important at every level that we prepare for these events as best we can.
Unfortunately, we're having another 2 days of atmospheric rain coming. And I just spoke to my nephew a few minutes. He lives in Abbotsford. And he told me as he's driving around, everybody's sandbagging. They're trying to fix the dikes. There's a lot of preparation for tomorrow. And also the soil is all, so there's going to be issues if this rain hits us again. So we're going to see more issues down the road here.
With several lives lost and many displaced from their homes, the government is doing everything to rescue the residents of British Columbia. But it is still difficult to assess how long this tragedy will last.